Violence Voyager is unlike any anime you ever watch. There's a good chance you never seen a Gekimashon film before. Independent director Ojika has made his name on the stuff, but his latest horror film, Violence Voyager, is the first time anyone had created an entire Gekimashon feature. The term refers to an unusual filmmaking style combining the traditions of Japanese kado animation, puppetry, and kamishibai paper plays. It is largely associated with the 1976 TV adaptation of The Cat Eyes Boy by horror manga caster Kazui Omizu. However, the series isn't strictly speaking animated at all. It was created by filming paper cutouts, moving in real time, drawing small sets, coupled with liquid and smoke effects. This is in contrast to animation, which combines individual still frames into a moving image. The third Gekimation itself appears to acknowledge this directly. Gekiki means dramatic. It is thus in the case of Gekiga, the comic book movement to introduce an alternative to the more comedic manga, but it can also refer to a stage play. Gekimation is a sort of drone play, a hybrid of the moving drawings and animation and the persistent physical space of theater. Its character cutouts are closer to the puppets of Thunderbolt Fantasy than the true anime characters. All that is to say that Violent Voyager is unlike just about any anime you ever watched, not just in its iconoclastic art, but in its subject matter as well. It begins with two kids, American Bobby and his Japanese friend Akun, taking a trek up a nearby mountain at sunset. What could possibly go wrong? There are no ghosts or hockey mask slashers on the mountain, just an old, nearly abandoned amusement park called Violence Voyager. But when a visit to the park goes horribly wrong, the pair find themselves in a fight for their lives against the park's owner and his army of genetically engineered monstrosities. The film's horror influences appear to come largely from manga. Characters' bodies are subjected to grotesque deformations, reminiscent of the work of Junji Ito. It is focused on child protagonists seems like a clear nod to Kazui Omizu, another connection back to the Cat Eye Boy. In fact, a running theme in the film is the inability of adult authority figures to protect young people from harm, and the unexpected bravery of children placed in horrific situations. Also, the Japanese influences. Violence Voyager's gleeful body horror also calls to mind the famous French Grand Guignol Theater, known for its naturalistic depictions of gruesome horror scenarios. Manga fans might recall it as an influence of Osamu Furuya's Lichi Light Club, based on the play by the Tokyo Grand Guignol Theater. There's also something commendable about making a movie as downright weird as this one. In between the core, we get a giant robot, a kid joining forces with a pet chimpanzee, and a wild bat. The subplot revolving around wearing the wrong underwear. Unfortunately, Ojika appears to lose the plot as it throws more and more weird ideas into this cauldron of depravity, and it's not always easy to tell whether you're supposed to be laughing, crying, or throwing up. The English dub, delivered in halting, shouted tones by professional actors who clearly know better, doesn't help stave off the person's sense of camp. Nevertheless, Ujika's claim to fame is being the Gekimaishan guy. If nothing else, Violence Voyager represents a strong revival of the art style, although the cutouts are beautifully hand-painted. Their limited appearance, halfway between the familiarity of anime and the tangibility of puppets, underscores and persists that something is very wrong in the world of the film. Most impressively, Violence Voyager is full of ingenious practical effects. At various points, water and other fluids get launched from holes in the cutouts, then land and congeal in other ones. This is incredibly clever and groundbreaking stuff, with far more texture and personality to it than in the comparatively plain cutouts of Yamishibai, another project inspired by the Cat Eye Boy. I will pay good money for an extended behind the scenes look into the production. Violence Voyager doesn't always work as a straight up horror movie, but if you're looking for something to jolt you out for your everyday anime habits, this will certainly do the trick. It's an ambitious, completely bonkers passion project for the independent author, and like many films in this category, the camp is part of the charm. Thousands of hand-crafted figures that integrate stop-motion animation. This is where you must find for your feature. For Japan's finest Gekimation artist comes Ojika, Violence Voyager, born in Budaman, on this January 25, courtesy of Third Window. Rate more for Eva Minto here.